Good day to you parents and students. Now, every orientation we give an talk and say, how do you be a good student and how do you be a great student? And I tell them, imagine you go to a doctor and he says, doctor, I'm really sick, I'm really depressed and I want you to cure me. And the doctor says, great, I know you're very prepared and very dedicated to get better. I'll give you some medications and I'll give you things to do and things to stop doing. And you go back home and you take the medicines, the pills, but you don't stop doing the things he's asked you to do and you don't start doing the things he's asked you to do. Are you going to get better? You might get a little better, but you'll never get cured. Why? Because unless your habits change, you will not change or you'll never achieve your goal. And so it's with education. If you're asking me, Vijay, you've been at CFL for 10 years and CFL has been there 15 years, what are the secrets of CFL students? And I'll tell you, just like the doctor, there are things you need to stop doing, there are things you need to start doing, and then you need to take your medications. What are the medications too? I'll tell you. What are the things you need to stop doing? Guys, you need to get rid of your phones, smartphones, for the next 2 years. Seriously. You don't need a phone. You don't need social media for the next 2 years. First thing, if you have a smartphone, get rid of it. Get a Nokia phone. Basic. You can reach out to your parents or emergencies, you have a phone. The second thing is, you're not going to watch any Netflix, Prime Video, on and on and on. So, in your room, if you're in your study room, you don't have access to any network. If you're studying it, if you're referring to any videos, study videos online, you're doing it in the dining table, in front of your parents or your guardians so that they know what you're watching. And then you know that you cannot get distracted into unwanted categories of stuff. That's the second thing. What's the third thing you need to do? You will not compare your performance to somebody else's performances. Because if you do, you're only going to feel sad and your performance is going to regress. Your only measure is one thing. Am I improving day after day? Progress over perfection. Progress over perfection. Progress over perfection. Okay? Am I progressing? That's all. If we tell at CFL, when you start here, if your marks is 20 and every test you improve by 1 mark, by the end of the second year, you will be at the GA Advanced level. Progress over perfection. There are things you need to start doing. Okay. First is, you need to take down notes or make notes. If you're in the classroom, you need to make notes. There is a difference between taking notes and making notes. Taking notes is copying what the teacher is doing in the class. Written in the notes, you're copying. But making notes is the teacher said something, you understood your own way, your special way, and you write down your special way. And you make down how I've studied this here and comparison there, and you make your notes, making notes. First thing. Second thing, you will set up your goals. You need to have very, very clear goals. And says, this is my goals, these are my milestones. And you'll work towards your goals. And the third thing you need to do is have a routine. A lot of the time, students come and tell me, Vijay, I don't have time. Parents come and tell me, there's so much to do, there is no time. Okay? And I tell them a simple thing, and then you need to know this. That is, in a week, you have 168 hours. Okay? And if you come to CFL 9 hours a day and 5 days, 45 hours, and Saturday 5 hours, 50 hours at CFL. What happens with the remaining time? Let's say you sleep 8 hours a day, 7 days a week, 56 are gone. That's 106. Still, you've got 60 plus hours with you. You cannot tell that you don't have 24 hours of practice a week. You're wasting so much time. We all are. I am also wasting a lot of time. But to say you don't have time is just to say, I don't want to. So you have time. So the way you're going to do this is you're going to take a calendar, weekly calendar, and plan, have a routine. When you're going to study every single day, when you're going to have bath every single day, when you're going to eat every single day, what you're going to eat every single day. You reduce the decisions you're going to make. That time, you have your brain space left for studying. If you say, I'm going to watch TV, you plan when you're going to watch TV every single week. But that should be planned. So the 3 things you need to start doing, first is you take down notes. Okay. Second thing, you have a goal. You review your goals. You work towards your goals. And third thing is you have a routine. Then comes the medicines. What medicine should I take to be a great student? My friends, there is no medicine. The medicine is practice. It's like taking medication every single day. You have to practice every single day. Given. That's your medication. Practice what you've learned that day, what you learned that week. Revising what you learned the previous week is the medication. You have to practice, practice, practice. If you do the 3 things that you have to do, take down notes, have a routine for studying, working on your goals. You stop doing the 3 things you're asked to do. No smartphones, no digital devices, no distractions, and the third thing is no comparisons. And then you take in your daily medication. That is your practice. You practice every single day. You're solving problems. You will be an exceptional student. And that's all it takes for you to be a topper of any exam. So, just like a doctor did, he'll give you medications, he'll give you things to stop to do and things to do. The question is, you might take my advice, I may say scrap it down and say it never works. But unless you practice, unless you follow it, unless you try it for a month or 2 or 3, you will never know. Give it a try and tell me if it worked or if it didn't work. I would like to know. Thank you.